Hello, hello! Welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I am psyched to be back here. Happy Saturday, everybody. We got D in chat, just on time, as usual. Sella giving me a wave, Ginger Top, Jilly already giving the stream some love, and Pisces Rob is here, Dad Not Dude, Amy, and Logician on Twitch saying, welcome to the Saturday Stumper. Yes, if you have been following the channel for a while, you know that on Saturdays we solve the hardest puzzle in all of crosswords, called the Saturday Stumper. It's in the Stan Newman's Daily line of crosswords at Arkadium.com. They are often brutally hard, but we are going to do our best, and it's always a good time. It's always an honor struggling with you all. So today's Stumper, they don't have a title. Let's see, it's by Matthew Sewell. We have definitely solved Matthew's puzzles on the channel before, and I don't know, I'm feeling a little optimistic today. I think we're going to do well. Remember that these puzzles do not have themes. The idea is kind of a wide open grid and unusual entries and just brutally hard cluing throughout. We got Jack the Quipper back on YouTube. I was wondering if this was going to continue today. Let's see, I found you can only change your YouTube name twice in 14 days, so I'm stuck as Quipper for another 10 days. That's hilarious. All right, let's check this out. Scav is here already giving me a guess, and Grace as well. So one across, outmoded agenda savers. Scav is guessing PDAs, which does make sense, like Blackberries. They are outmoded, and you could save your agenda in them. Grace and Tina are saying file, which is interesting. My struggle with file is that it's not plural, and the clue is plural, so I'm not sure what to make of that. And then Logician is saying tabs. I'm trying to make sense of outmoded agenda savers. Like, if we're talking browser tabs, I wouldn't call those outmoded, so I'm not sure. Yeah, Quipper agrees. Do we like PDAs? Should we guess it? That's what Scav is like, and Jack the Quipper says PDAs is nice, so let's try it. Let's do 14 across. Legislative remnant. Legislative. Amy Gal likes PDAs. Okay, that's good. That's a few votes for it. Can we check one down? Quipper is asking. Yeah, like Palm Pilots, Sella, exactly. Tina thinks it's probably right. Okay, we'll check. You're AJ, thank you. I'm glad to know. Okay, I'm going to stop calling you Quipper, and I'm going to call you AJ, if I can remember. You're AJ. Legislative remnant. And one down is capsule summary. Okay. Legislative remnant, 4 letters. Capsule summary, maybe beginning with a P. Liam says, am I late? Look at our crossword. It's completely empty. You're right on time, Liam. You are right on time. We have one guess in place in the grid, and nobody's even sure if it's right. And nobody's guessing at 1 down or 14 across. And when that happens, I go to 2 down. Marx's frequent female foil. Okay. Marx's frequent... Lucinda... yeah, Amy Gal saying crickets. That's exactly what I'm getting. Lucinda says dosage, capsule summary. Interesting, like literally on a pill capsule you're talking. Could be dosage. It's an interesting idea. Marx's frequent female foil. So are we talking Karl Marx? Let's see. Liam says there's a chance we won't get anything and we'll just have to go out on a limb. That is always a risk on Saturdays, Liam. These are very difficult. Angry Possum Sounds is here. Guesses powder. Interesting. I get how powder is related to pills, but why capsule summary? I'm not fully getting it. And Scav and Brian, oh, I see. Sorry, my bad. I was saying Karl Marx, but no. You're pointing out it's probably the Marx brothers. Yeah, Marx's frequent female foil, and we're talking like a comic foil. That's what they mean by foil, not like an intellectual foil, probably. So can anyone think of a woman who was in Marx movies or Marx sketches? Scav says, I don't know any of them. Dead Not Dude says Margaret Dumont, and Warthog agrees. Really? Scav's like, sure, Dumont. Wait, really? And AJ knows Dumont too. Okay. Yeah, plural Marx. Thanks, Sella. Yeah, that was my bad. I do not know Margaret Dumont, but I trust consensus. And it seems like we have it. And that is very good news for PDAs as well. Maybe we're in better shape than I thought. Ooh, and VetArt Wow. Vedart has a really good guess for one down. Précis? Wow, how'd you pull that out, Vedart? This word means, it's like a summary. It's like all the crosses are looking actually really reasonable. So I think that's a good guess. What does TikTok think of Vedart's venture here? I'll check 26 across as well. New Testament Guide. Logician likes it. Logician likes Précis for capsule summary. New Testament Guide. Brian likes it. So I would have thought that the New Testament Guide was... I don't even want to say it. No, if Dumont's right, then my idea is wrong. ST. Oh, we also have 14 across to work on. Legislative remnant. Yes, Scav writes rule. Oh, Star of Bethlehem. Dad, not dude. Very nice. I see. Like the Magi follow the star to reach Jesus. I was imagining it was going to be a name, like a person guiding, but no, a star was doing the guiding. Okay. Okay. We got Dysentery Gary back. We're ready to play. Yeah, and legislative remnant is rule. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Let's check 3 down. Gorman, who was the first National Youth Poet Laureate 2017. Oh, I remember her. I remember this. Gorman. Oh. She read a poem. Oh my, come on. Who was this? Do people remember this? Yeah, Logician and Scav are both saying the same guess. It sounds right to me too. Amanda. Elsie Shermo is back. Welcome. Amanda Gorman. For people just joining, we are solving the hardest puzzle in all of Crosswords, and so far, it's pretty hard. So far, it's pretty hard. Amanda Gorman, that does sound right to me, but then it can't be rule at 14 across. Tina says, Biden's inauguration, says Warthog, is when Amanda Gorman read a poem. Yes, that was like a cultural moment. I do remember that. Let's try 22 across. What many investor stats are. Investor stats. Huh. What do we think? Happy Saturday, Jessica. I hope it's a happy Saturday. I'm not even sure that we have everything right here. Because I can't figure this one out. Legislative remnant, 14 across. And what many investor stats are. User 255 and Scav and Amy and Dad Not Dude are all saying indices. Interesting. And I guess Dysentery Gary is saying indexes. Maybe it could be as well, although I think indices is the more proper plural. What many investor stats are indices. Like the S&P 500 is an index. Is that the idea? Penfield Hondros likes it. All right. Liam says, I'm addicted to chess. That makes 2 of us, Liam. I am also addicted to chess. I'm glad to hear you're digging it. That is my game. Patagonian Scavenger. I actually have a good guess for this one. 20 across is making me feel confident in all of our answers so far. Yeah. Yeah, Scav and Tina and Dad Not Dude and Jilly all saying condor. That was my thinking as well. I know condors are native to that area. They are scavengers. I think it's really promising. Jessica likes it, Nacho Libre likes it, and Darren Brim likes it. And Dysentery Gary. Okay, we're all happy with that. Let's check out 4 down, maybe? Soldiers camouflaged hiding spot. Okay. Soldiers camouflaged hiding spot. Something is sort of jumping out at me. I'll wait for chat to see what they think. Jilly says 14 across should be rump. Oh man, what a clue. Rump? Legislative remnant? Lay says, what's the theme for this one? This is the Saturday Stumper, which specializes in very difficult clues, wide open spaces, but there is no theme. It is just unusual entries and difficulty throughout. So no theme on today's Stumper, Lay. It's our Saturday regular. Yeah, Lucinda saying spider hole. I actually really like this guess. It doesn't work with indices, but people were guessing indexes, so we're not totally out of luck. Spider hole. That's like what a soldier hides in, when you dig a hole. Yeah, T. Pendleton is happy with it. Bocce. Yeah, what do we think? And Scav is noticing that 17 across is starting to make a word email, so maybe Jessica giving me the spider emojis. Get them off my screen. Digitally overwhelmed declaration. FSG Home says foxhole, spider hole. I think they're both things, and yeah, foxhole is not going to fit with these letters. Spider hole, I think, seems reasonable. I can already confidently declare that I would not have gotten this far in this first section without you guys. This is not for the faint of heart. Digitally overwhelmed declaration. It does look like email something, doesn't it? Shuttle propeller. At 18 down, shuttle propeller. Oh, and we had 22 across. We liked indexes for this. Thankfully, the E in spider hole does work with that. So maybe we're still in good shape. I never have confidence in these puzzles, Why would this be locks? Shuttle propeller? Tina's asking the same question. Locks? Can anyone make sense of this clue? Oh, Logician says for liquid oxygen? You've got to be kidding me. Who sees a 3-letter word locks and says, yeah, I'm going to clue that via liquid oxygen as opposed to smoked salmon? Liquid oxygen. Smirked and Brian are on the same beat. All right, very nice. So literally like a space shuttle is propelled by liquid oxygen. Yeah, Amy Gal saying, oh my God. Dysentery Gary saying, oh my God. Wow. Impressive. Happy that the X checks out in indexes, so I think we're in good shape over there too. Gary is crying. You and me both, Gary. Floss is here just in time. We need help. Brian goes, it's Saturday. What you gonna do? Exactly. Informal intensifier. Informal intensifier. Floss is, oh, I forgot it was a Saturday. Yeah, buckle up. And 5 across, we got frequent John F. Kennedy connection. I'm suspecting that this is not John F. Kennedy the man, but John F. Kennedy the airport. That seems like a stumpery thing to do. Do you agree? And the word connection, which is, you connect at airport hubs, kind of makes sense. Yeah, Stella's saying Paris, that kind of thing. Or O'Hare, as Dad Not Dude says. Yeah, so maybe it could be several five-letter. Lucinda says Logan, right? So some 5-letter airport. I think we all agree this is probably. Oh, Logician says Mafia, which is a pretty bold guess. Frequent John F. Kennedy connection. Wow, we're getting into conspiracy territory. All right, let's go 5 down instead. Wagner wrote it for Parsifal. Okay. I'll leave this on the screen for a couple moments to see if anyone knows their classical music history. Oh, FSG Holmes wants get ready, but I don't understand that for this clue, FSG. Floss says, oh gosh, I don't know any of these. Yeah, I am struggling today. I feel like Scavin, Dad Not Dude, and Blake are saying operetta. It's a very good guess, and it fits nicely. Amy's like, I'll go with operetta. That's how I'm feeling, Amy. I'm just here for the ride. Operetta. Wagner wrote it for Parsifal. Seems very plausible. The O works with O'Hare, which was one of the theories. I'm happy with that. Blake says, "Wouldn't be a stumper without the struggle." Exactly. That's what we gather here on Saturdays for. We're all kind of masochistic. Siri Pax's smooth operetta. Yeah, that makes O'Hare work. Okay, so let's put O'Hare in. I think we're making progress here. It's yours. O'Hare checks out. Please does not fit, unfortunately. So Pizza Pete and Brian both guessing please, but I understand it. Like, it's yours, please. Please be my guest kind of vibe, but it doesn't fit. Maybe we check 6 down. Oh, informal intensifier. We already looked at this. 7 down? Hit music producer with a question mark. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't like when nothing works out. Beach Girl is saying ha. Informal intensifier. I mean, I'm trying to make sense of this clue. I'm not sure. Does Akon make hits? Hit music producer? Yeah, that question mark is messing me up, Gary says. I kind of agree. Huh, AJ and Logician are both saying that it's not operetta. They're voting for a libretto. Does that fit? I'm only reconsidering this because we're having some troubles. Libretto does also fit. I don't know what the answer is. Lucinda says 5 is wrong in both directions. It's what it's starting to feel like. Lucinda guessed Logan, which actually works with libretto. Okay, so operetto and O'Hare or libretto and Logan. We can try this. Does that make hit music producer any better? 15 across starting with an I seems reasonable, actually. It's yours. We're doing conversation. So maybe it's I something. What do we think of that? Yeah, okay. Lucinda and Blake and Felix actually all have really good guesses. I lose, says Lucinda. Like, the game is yours. I lose. Blake says I give, which has very similar concept. All the crosses look reasonable. And then what was the other one? I pass, says Ian. Yeah, the NS is a little troublesome there, but so let's start working downs. Have we looked at 9 down? Garfield frenemy. Okay, someone's gonna know this because I read a bunch of Garfield comics in my youth. Normally I would have put Odie here. Odie is the classic Garfield character that shows up in crosswords, but Odie is not 6 letters long. And he had this girlfriend, Arlene. But no, there was this a small cat that he found really irritating. Kind of like yeah, okay, everyone knows it. Wow, I'm rambling on. Meanwhile, everyone is getting the answer. Gerald Cedillo and Disco Puma and Alex. Okay, everyone is here saying normal. That's right. That's right. Oh, I'm so relieved everybody knew that. Okay, and that's 1 point in favor of Logan. It's normal. Floss says, I only know the main 2 things about that cat. Are you talking that he likes lasagna and he hates Mondays? Are those the 2 things you know? Okay. Yeah, AJ got normal, Logician got normal. Nice, I'm feeling good. Floss is spot on. Okay, those are the 2 things you know about Garfield. Okay, we have 2 guesses for hit music producer. Some people are guessing Gaga, presumably about Lady Gaga. She is literally a hit music producer, and that's actually why I don't like this answer, because we have a question mark, so we don't want a literal answer. I much prefer what I think Jessica guessed, which was gong. That produces music because you hit it. That earns a question mark. Felix likes that. Scav and Amy and Logician. What do we think? Lucinda says gong is funny. I agree. It's a very nice clue. Oh, we are making progress. I'm feeling good. It's yours. I lose now works, right? I give was the other guess, and I pass. So I lose. Yeah, Amy's happy. And we didn't really spend time mulling this over. 8 down is listing. Listing has so many meanings. It could mean literally making a list. It could mean like a house listing. But listing also means like drifting. What do we think? Can we peek at 17 across? Yes, we actually already looked at 17 across, but we have several more letters in place now. Digitally overwhelmed declaration. Ah, Pixie. Pixie and Gary and Nacho Libre and Dad Not Dude are all agreeing on 8 down. I really like it. Askew. So it was the like drifting connotation. Yeah, that works. JC Marconi. Ah, and now it's very clear what 17 across is. Email bankruptcy. Wow. I'm not. How many people use that phrase? I think, and now declaration was very intentionally chosen because you declare bankruptcy. Email bankruptcy is like when you're so behind on your emails that you just decide I'm not going to dig out of this hole and I'm just going to delete everything from the past and start afresh. It's like real bankruptcy except with your emails. That's pretty funny. Okay. What do we think? I'm catching up on chat a little bit. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, Scav says normal saved it. I totally agree. Aiden just followed us. Thank you, Aiden. Jilly says, oh, I've done that several times and may even do it today. Jilly is a regular declarer of email bankruptcy. Okay, Pacific Province neighbor. Pacific Province, we're probably talking Canada? Oh, you guys are good. Cletus Van Dam says, I would lose my job if I did that. Well, bankruptcy always has its costs, Cletus. All right, hold on. Let me stay on track. People saying Gem State. Interesting. And Scav helpfully reminds me that the Gem State is Idaho, which would be a neighbor of a province in Canada. So maybe we're doing well. Courage likes Gem State. Logician likes Gem State. Okay. Jilly says, yeah, I would never do it if it was work email. Only emails from your friends. All right. We're doing well. USCG VIP. Okay, a lot of letters here. US Coast Guard, very important person. Ah, Warthog, very quick on this one. FSG Holmes and Lucinda agree. Captain. And Captain is shortened because we have all sorts of shortenings in the clue, so that's valid. B. Browder and Pizza Pete and Conspirio. Okay, everyone getting Captain. A. Miguel and T. Pendleton and AJ and Logician, awesome. Yeah, and Dysentery Gary giving me the salute. Bouncers check. 10 across. Bouncers check. Cat just followed us. Thank you, Cat. Lucinda is grateful that we got one straightforward clue for once in this puzzle. It's true. Okay, several guesses going on. Dee and Amy and Tina and Jilly all saying card. Lucy's here. What's up, Lucy? Card. Nacho Libre says cash. And I think there was one more guess in chat. Yeah, Cat wants cash. Disco Puma wants club. So we're talking like a club bouncer. I actually don't know. Maybe we check 16 instead. Notebooks sold at Target. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, Tina's saying like ID card. That does make sense, I think. A bouncer will check your ID, or like the verb to card someone is to check their ID. Yeah, Lily likes it. Okay, let's put in card. And Todd Lyman. Ooh, we're actually getting a lot of convergence here. Kat, our newest follower. Yeah, they card uses courage. All right, and Felix and B. Browder are all saying Acer. Acer does make Acer makes laptops, so I'm guessing notebook is kind of like how you sometimes call a laptop a notebook, or maybe it's a tablet, something like that. I like it just because it's a 4-letter electronics company that begins with A. What do we feel? Disco Puma followed us, thank you. And also votes for card. Lucinda pointing out the crosses. I hadn't even checked. Let's check some of these downs. Stoic spectator, so to speak. Stoic spectator, so to speak. I think this works. Brandy followed us, and Nacho Libre followed us. Thanks, guys. If anyone is new here, we stream every single day. We stream at noon Eastern time every day. Saturdays are the hardest day of the week. So if you're looking at this and saying, hey, this is fun, but way too hard for me, check us out one of the other days. Or if you love the hard stuff, then always come on Saturday, because that's what we do. B. Browder and D and Jilly and Frank11 and AJ all saying dry eye. And Cher followed us. Thank you, Cher. Dry eye. So, yeah, stoic spectator, so to speak. Yeah, like not a dry eye in the house. So dry eye is someone who doesn't cry at the play, at the theater, or something like that. Cat NYC likes it. Lucinda sending me an emoji of a dry eye. Okay. Happy with that. And Cat NYC followed us. Thanks. Yeah, not emotional, Dad Not Dude says. That was a nice, concise way of saying what I was rambling about. Vicar's superiors. Vicar's superiors. So we're talking church positions. Kristen and Scab and Jessica and Dad Not Dude and Warthog and Felix and Snoopy and D and Logician all saying rectors. Lucy as well. I love when I read a clue and chat just fills up with a good answer, all in agreement, because it makes me feel like it's a Tuesday, not a Saturday. Jaluha's here. What's up? What's read in most daily papers? What's read in most daily papers? FSG Home says foy, which I don't think I understand. But Senior and Dysentery Gary agree. So someone needs to explain foy to me. Everyone is saying foy. I don't want to lead us astray, so I just want to be stringent and make sure I understand everything I put in the grid. Can someone explain it to me? I don't know. I can also check some of the others. T. Pendleton's like, wish I knew. All right, maybe we check 11 down. Tina says, I don't know. So why? Logician says, I don't know foy. So why was everyone guessing foy? I don't know it either. Join forces. Join forces at 11 down. This. Floss says, I've got to go. Enjoy the rest. Good luck, and sorry for being very little help. You're always, we're always happy to have you, Floss. See you soon, I hope. Levi and Marcus and Blake and Jilly are all in agreement here. And Lucy, act as one. And Tom Laurie Kleppinge, act as one. That's nice. Join forces, you team up, you act as one unit. Disco Puma says, act as one, death. So maybe it was not foy, but it was soy. What's read in most daily papers? Can we explain this one? I don't either. Jiliha's like, what is soy? B. Browder says, yeah, I'm just worried because it might mean we have an error somewhere. FSG is now admitting I made up foy. Okay, maybe we move on for now and see if the crosses work. Misty says soy ink, and Senor says soy is the primary ingredient in ink. Is that true? Ink is made of soy? If so, extremely interesting and brutally hard clue. Huh. Okay. New arrivals outburst at 24 across. This is funny. Yeah. Everyone in chat is now crying. Wizard followed us. Thank you, Wizard. Wow, we're talking new arrival like a baby. New arrival to this world. Love it. And what do we have here? Herald. Julie, AZ Jewel just followed us. Thanks, Julie. I'm glad people are down for the punishment that is these crosswords. I swear, sometimes these puzzles are exhausting. This puzzle is really hard. People are giving good guesses for this one, though. So either, I think usher in, usher in makes sense. To herald in a new era, to herald a new era, usher in a new era. I think that works. Yeah, Warthog likes it, Cat likes it. I think we're pretty good on usher in. Check. 29 across, 8-time rhyme in a Poe poem. Wow. I know this one, and all the crosses look perfect. I'm so relieved. AJ has given me a fact check. A common type of ink called soy-based ink contains soybean oil as a primary ingredient, replacing the petroleum-based oils traditionally used. Wow. I had no idea newspaper ink was made of soy. Thank you, Crossword, for teaching me something. Brian and Jilly know their Poe because Lenore is a famous Poe poem, for sure. All right. We might survive this yet. Julie, thanks for the heart. And Nobi Nobita is on YouTube, also getting Lenore. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. Oh. Actually, a lot of guesses for this. So, some people saying tisk, which makes sense. Like, you shouldn't have done that, tisk, tisk. Actually, that is the primary guess, and it's probably my favorite. Jalila says tut, which is also sometimes used as that, like, finger-wagging syllable. Actually, I was partial to tisk until I saw the double S. So maybe we check 23 down. 2 bits. Yeah, Lucinda concerned about the S's as well. Nacho Libre prefers tut, so do we try that? You shouldn't have. Tut tut. 2 bits? We got a question mark. Not sure what to do with that. And maybe I'll look at 28 as well. Half blank. Half blank. Pros and cons followed us. Thanks. What is 29 down, I'm being asked? Where's 29 down? Why can't I find 29 down? Bocce says half-baked. Kathy Grubb says half-truth. Very interesting. Disco Puma says, have you ever done crosswords by Brendan Emmett Quigley? They're so much fun. I absolutely have. Yeah, he's a legend in the crossword space. I've solved many of his puzzles. Okay, what's happening? What's happening? Julian Patel followed us. That's something that's happening. But I'm trying to stay focused. Lucinda has a suggestion. Lucinda has saved us already in this crossword. I think Lucinda was the one who convinced me to change libretto and Logan, but Lucinda's saying it's not indexes, it's indexed. What many investor stats are indexed. So like indexed to the S&P 500. That could actually work. And that makes sense with duets. Oh my, Lucinda. Hero, absolute hero. 2 bits. Bits as in acts, and 2 as in 2 people for a duet. What do we think? I like it. I like it a lot, and it works with Tut. Suddenly Lucinda is just carrying this crossword. Yeah? Warthog says yes. Cat says yes. All right, let's check 31 down. T Pendleton says saved again. Yes. Thank you, Lucinda. AJ says now we're cooking. It's exactly how I'm feeling. And Barbara McDowell is back on Facebook showering me with emojis. Teardown artists. Levi and D and Russ and Jaluha and Kathy Grubbs all saying haters. I like that. They tear you down, emotionally. Good. Warthog's happy with that. User 144. Lucinda says making up for missing most of last week. Well, we are very grateful to you. Tiffany says some of these words I've never heard. Yeah, that is a Saturday puzzle for you. But you've heard of haters, right? Ally Jason Voorhees just followed us. Wow. Are you an ally of Jason Voorhees? Half truth. Okay, half truth is looking good now. I love when we actually... Chitnand is on YouTube saying, I know answers. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because we need all the answers we can get. Tina says, I'm slow-brained today. That is what the stumper makes you feel. Coup de théâtre? What's 38? Someone asks. Why can't I never find the little numbers in here? Oh, 38 across? We can check that. Color chart options. AJ says, wait till they learn of agritainment. Yeah. That was, that will forever stand in for bizarre words in the Saturday Stumper. Color chart options. Lucinda and Tina, Warthog, Straight Wylan, and D and Bocce all saying stains. David Adams is here saying stains. Oh, it's good. Like if you're going to stain your coffee table, you want different options for the color chart. Hey, cool guy is here. I assume I'm the cool guy. And Kathy's asking for 35 across. I think it is time to look at this central answer. MLB debut in 2025's spring training. All right, any baseball fans? MLB debut in 2025 spring training. Do we think this is a player? Chitnand is asking, where am I from? I am in the northeastern part of the U.S. It's where I'm from, and it's where I currently live. And Jay Tricks just followed us. Ooh, B. Browder and Ladishan and Tina and Efon are all saying robot umpire. Wow, what an entry. I love that. Is that true also? That's very interesting. Are there robot umpires in the MLB starting this season? David Adams says, yeah. Wait, that's awesome. Good central entry. Nobita is calling in from Japan. That's awesome. Welcome. Leaves a trail at 34 across. I'm very happy with robot umpire. That's the kind of unusual entry that you get in these themeless puzzles when you don't have to worry about all the theme material. MC says, yes, I read about it. Okay. Barbara McDowell on Facebook is saying runs. And Mr. Sir Psychopath on YouTube, what a username, is agreeing. Okay. Slowly but surely, we are... Warthog says, great answer. Yeah, I agree. Robot umpire. It's awesome. It's modern. It's unusual. My late night surfing just followed. Thank you. David Adams says, I don't get it. What is it that you don't get? I can try to explain something to you. Hand-drawn collectibles at 37 across. Julian Patel likes Robot Umpire as well. We're all happy with this central entry. I have a pretty strong guess for 37 across. And Ethan Ray and Felicius agree with me, and that's always good news. Yes, cells. Cells spelled like this. This is like when they do hand-drawn animation, a cell is an individual page of that. And so they're hand-drawn, and they're collectible because at this point they're kind of old-time animation. You know, a Disney cell would sell for a lot of money. Liquor brand adjectivized in ads. Christina followed us. Thanks, Christina. Razmataz Mikal says, I have a Roadrunner original cell. That's awesome. That is a really cool thing to own. Oh, Barbara wants absinthe for this one, which does fit, and it is a liquor, but I think I'm preferring... There's a Mazial, and Kat and Amy are saying absolute. Yeah, Lucy agrees. I like that because this can be adjectivized, as suggested in the clue. Absolute with an E on the end is literally an adjective, so I would totally believe that in advertisements they play on that. Good? Most recently from. Nobody says, hi, Arkadium. I'm your new daily viewer. Well, I'm glad that you want to come in every day, and lucky for you, we do stream every day, so you will not get bored. Most recently from. Do we have guesses for this? Actually seeing a lot of different prepositional phrases in chat. I think I might want to move on, because I can't choose between them. Let's try, I don't know, 37 down. Legendary castle and court. We don't have a lot of letters, but we do have the first one, which is often helpful. Meanwhile, yeah, this looks very good. David Adams, nice work. And Rob C. and Penfield Hondros, yeah, Camelot. Definitely a legendary castle and court. If it's not Camelot, I don't know, then I'm definitely not going to know it. Claire Swinson agrees. Okay. Pheasant agrees. Let's go with that. And let's check. Did we check 39? Oh, we did. And let's check 46 cross then. Introspective query. Introspective. So most people on TikTok are preferring late of, but there's kind of a debate, late of or came of, most recently from. I'm not sure which one I prefer, actually. Probably late of, but I prefer to get crosses. Introspective query. Jessa Prescott on YouTube is saying, am I? Yeah, that is an introspective query, a brief one, but am I really? All right, people on TikTok, most people are guessing late of, so I'm going to put that in. And then Disco Puma's asking for 35 down, so let's check that. Withholding. Withholding. This actually looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I like what Levi's saying. I like what C. Watson is saying. Cat NYC and AJ all saying reticent. It's kind of like emotionally withholding. Mr. Sir Psychopath got that one. I can't read your entire username every time. I-35 terminus just north of Mexico. Okay, we did a puzzle recently with a bunch of these highway clues. I-35 terminus just north of Mexico. Okay. Ooh, chat is in full agreement here. Yeah, everyone's saying Laredo. Which is a city in Texas, so just north of Mexico makes sense. I think I'm happy with this. Crosses look plausible. Why don't we check them now? Half of Sedici. Okay, I think we got this. Half of Sedici. Yeah. Cat NYC, Courage, Dad Not Dude, Logician, all saying Otto. So we're speaking Italian right now. Sedici is, so I know that Otto is 8 in Italian because that comes up in crosswords. So I'm assuming that Sedici must be 16 in Italian. Hopefully that answers your question, David Adams. What a diagonal may symbolize. What a diagonal may symbolize. Felix says, fingers crossed we finish before my lunch break is over. When is that? Is that 1? Or I guess 1 Eastern? Jonas Horner is on YouTube. Welcome to you. Saying, don't. Wow, this is a very difficult clue. I'm picturing that red circle with a diagonal slash through it. Yeah, Lucinda just put it in chat. Exactly that one. What a diagonal may symbolize. Imagine getting this with no letters in place. Hard stuff. Syllabic starter. Syllabic starter. At 52 down. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. And my chats have completely dried up. What's 55 across, says Cat. Okay, should we check the long one? Yeah, no idea, says David Adams. Let's check 51 across first. Enumerates. Enumerates. Okay. What do we think? Yeah, Mr. Sir is asking if it's a prefix of some sort, syllabic starter. Starter often indicates a prefix in crossword puzzles, so I think you might be onto something there. Snoopy, meanwhile, and Brian and Dee and Sol Maria Garcia are saying recounts, which I think is apt for enumerates. JLPZ likes it. Okay. Wow, so this is octo. I did get several people guessing this. Dead Not Dude. Octosyllabic. So this could have just been any numerical prefix. Like monosyllabic means a 1-syllable word, you know. Trisyllabic means a 3-syllable word. So I guess it's octosyllabic. I can't even think of an octosyllabic word. That is something else. I do like that 55 across looks like a word, though. Let's check it out. Carter Center Observer. Carter Center Observer. David Adams says election machine. Interesting. Election machine. It does fit. So the Carter Center, I'm presuming we're talking about Jimmy Carter, but I don't know exactly what the Carter Center is up to. Pizza Pete says election official. Dad Not Dude says election monitor. Yeah, so election something. Maybe we put election in and keep it here for now and see what the crosses have to say. Election volunteer. Let's try 47. About an hour's flight from MAD, or MAD. About an hour's flight from MAD. Okay, so this is probably an airport. An airport code. Cat says octosyllabic is actually an octosyllabic word. No, it isn't. Is it really octosyllabic? No, it's not. It's a pentasyllabic word. About an hour's flight from MAD. A lot of people saying LAX, LAX is the Los Angeles airport. I don't know what MAD is. MAD looks like, I don't know. Oh, Disco Puma says Liz for Lisbon. And MAD would be Madrid. That could be. Let's check the downs. Brian thinks Lisbon seems correct. Dead Nut Dude prefers it. Yeah, Liz likes it. So let's put Lisbon for Liz. And check 40 down right away. Ball atop a flagpole. Who knows their architectural details? Bluegrass, very quick on this one. Todd Lyman and Lay all saying finial. That is what that little ball atop the flagpole is called. Nice work. Okay. Liquor called Tsar in ads. I think I know this one. Amy Gal says there's a name for everything. I know words like finial really make you feel that way. Disco Puma says we're a great team. I totally agree. There's no way I could solve this puzzle in particular. I have found very difficult. Like even within Saturday Stumpers, I think they range from easier to more difficult. I don't think I could have solved this on my own. Andrew Dingler is here saying Stoli, which was my instinct for this. Stoli is like a Russian vodka. I think it's sort of a cheaper brand. So the fact that it's called Tsar, which is the Russian spelling, seems good to me. Felix has lots of booze clues in this puzzle. Yeah, we got Absolute right next. There's two different vodka brands right next to each other. All right, Vedart is heading out. See you, Vedart. Come back soon. Stu. Who thinks they could have solved this puzzle on their own within, let's say, 2 hours? Mr. Sir Psychopath says, you can just call me Psycho, by the way. All right, Psycho it is. Kat says, not me. Arkadium says, not me. Lucinda says, nope. And Lucinda has carried the entire puzzle on her back. David Adams is confident, though. Thinks he could solve it on his own. Snit, I like. AJ likes Snit, JLP, B. Browder. Yeah, Stu, Snit. Seems right. Tina's like, ha, you're kidding, right? Positive Vegan is here, also saying Snit. Let's see. Gretzky Pinot Grigio measure. Okay, more booze. Lucy said I couldn't complete this puzzle alone at all. Dad Not Dude says I would give it a shot. If you make an account at Arkadium.com, you can get access to a backlog of Saturday Stumpers, so you can try your own hand. Ah, okay. Gretzky Pinot Grigio measure. So first of all, the only Gretzky I know is Wayne Gretzky. Does he have a winery? And oh, I see. I get it. So you measure wine in liters sometimes. This is how I would spell liter as an American, but Gretzky maybe is Canadian, so we're spelling it this way. Is that the idea? I think that is probably the idea. Antonym of adorn. Antonym of adorn. B. Browder confirming that Wayne Gretzky does own a winery. Definitely didn't know that. Antonym of adorn. This is kind of hard. Oh, and just as I say that, chat comes in with full agreement. Jessica and AJ and Ledition and F on JLP all saying mar. Wow. So I guess to adorn something is to make it nicer, and to mar it is to harm it. Fair enough. Is there anything dangerous as blank? Franklin. Quote of Franklin. Okay, I guess I can figure this out from the letters we have. Although Dad Not Dude is saying alias. Is there anything dangerous as alias? That one doesn't hit my ear nicely. Yeah, I prefer what Levi and Kat and Felix are saying. And B. Browder. A liar. Is there anything dangerous as a liar? That seems like a possible quote. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mar, if that's correct, it gives us an M on this one, Carter Center Observer. Either a machine or a monitor. Yeah, election monitor, election machine. Okay, we'll do more crosses. Garland's Wizard of Oz dress. Aha. So Dorothy is played by Judy Garland. She's wearing a pretty distinctive dress in The Wizard of Oz. What kind of dress is it? Megan Bailey seems to know. Rob C. Tom Laurie. Wow, everyone coming out of the woodwork for this one. Pinafore. Oof. Arkadium Games like, yay, this one I know. Pinafore. I would have needed more crosses for this. Ooh, and if we like Pinafore, then Monitor it is. There was a debate about Monitor versus Machine. Monitor fits. Carter Center Observer is an election monitor. Okay. Looking reasonable. Let's try 41 across. It plugs away 24/7. It plugs away 24/7. Man, you'd think a 3-letter entry with 2 of the letters in place would just be a gimme. Yeah, Tom Laurie is saying Han, but I don't understand it. Loopy shared the live. Thanks, Loopy. And Barbara's saying hen. I see. Oh, this is actually... I like this. HSN, Home Shopping Network, as some dude, spells out. Thank you. HSN is a home shopping network. So it's on 24/7, and it plugs away. Plugging as in, like, to sell you things. It's a very clever clue. Really like it. David Adams says, nice. Yeah. Good stuff. Barbara says, I don't know nothing. Barbara, that's just how stumpers make you feel. That's how they're designed to make you feel. You know lots. Truly Singston just followed us. Thanks. FN and Lucinda are saying smash. And Barbara, who claims to know nothing, is also getting smash. So I guess a smash hit, is that what a coup de théâtre means? Like a smash hit? Psycho and Lucy like it, so... Felix says HSN is my mother's favorite channel. Well, this one's for her. Bits of chaff. I'll look at 50 down simultaneously. Principle from the Chinese for shade. Interesting. I think I have a solid guess for this one. I think I have a solid guess. So Disco Puma's saying fan. But yeah, I'm more in line with what Ethan and Sue are saying, and Felix and AJ. And Amy and Lucy are all saying yin. It just seems good to me because yin and yang is a Chinese concept. I didn't know that yin actually came from the Chinese word for shade, but there's a dark side and a light side. So I think yin is very reasonable there. And hay for bits of chaff. Yeah, hayseed. All right. I'm feeling good. We're in the last corner of the puzzle. How'd that happen? We're in the last corner. I think we're getting confetti today. Second of caring. Second of caring. Arkadium says we've wrestled the stumper down to its last clues. Almost there. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. Good. Yeah, T. Pendleton, Brian, Felicius, Kat, Amy. Okay, everyone's saying a nurse's aide. So second, like second in command, kind of. An aide is your second. And of caring, like how nurses are caretakers. So second of caring is a nurse's aide. Good stuff. Let's check 42 across. Island Dante's visits in Monte Cristo. I'm wondering if this is, we're talking the Count of Monte Cristo. I don't know this. So, but C. Watson seems to. Mm. And Perry Bird. Okay, Elba. Maybe I shouldn't have been so dismissive. This does make sense. Elba is where Napoleon was exiled. That's usually how this island is clued in crosswords. But I would believe that it is featured in the Count of Monte Cristo. Jazz just followed us. Thanks. Let's check the down right away. I don't want to leave an error in chat for too long. Antihero Immortal. Antihero Immortal. What do we think? So okay. Sweet. You guys are good. I think Blake and Felix are right. Yeah, Perry Bird says, "What's that vampire name?" I think that's exactly what we're looking for here. Lestat. This is Interview with a Vampire. Like Tom Cruise played Lestat, I think, in the movie. C. Watson has it. Jack Skirman on YouTube has it. ATL. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. And I can only see one possible word that could work with 54 across. Total washout. These clues, man. These clues. Yeah, Zeke on YouTube is saying fiasco. Sue Parler agrees, Snoopy agrees, and Perry Bird. Yeah, fiasco. All right. Can you imagine if we just couldn't fill in these last four letters? Flatter. I would try every letter in the alphabet for each cell. I demand my confetti. Flatter. Flatter at 44 down, and maybe I'll check the cross as well. Joan Collins as of 2015. All right. I think AJ says, y'all are superstars. I totally agree. Everyone deserves a firm pat on the back. Okay. Yeah, TikTok chat is flying here. Loves Cruising is telling me Dame. Joan Collins as of 2015. That seems very plausible. And I like that it works with Become, which I think was a good guess for flatter. Like, oh, that dress becomes you, I think, is that dress is flattering on you. All right, one letter left. Is that possible? Basques in and verb avec vous. All right, well, 45 down pretty much gives it away. I think I know what this last letter of the puzzle is going to be. Yeah, adores. Yeah, Felix has given me answers in French. I'm not going to try. F1 has already given me the drum roll. Should we get a... Levi followed us. Thank you, Levi. All right. I think it's drum roll time. I'm going to put an S in. Did we get the confetti? Yes. Well done. Another stumper in the bag. That was a hard one. I found that extremely difficult. Well done, everybody. Congratulations. I love Robot Empire. We had indexes in here for a long time, and we're making all sorts of rickets over here, and Lucinda saved us from that. So MVP Lucinda. I had a blast. Do consider following us if you don't already. Blake and Warthog are asking for Hurdle. I think no Hurdle today, but I will definitely do Hurdle on my Tuesday stream. So stay tuned for that if you want more Hurdle. I will do Hurdle then. Stump just followed us. Thank you. And join us again tomorrow. We're streaming at the same time, noon Eastern time. Amay will be with you tomorrow instead of me. So bring the same energy for her. And check out Arkadium.com. You can make an account right now and solve last week's Saturday Stumper if you want to try these on your own. Or if you want an easier puzzle, they have a million crosswords every single day. Tons of other games as well. So check out Arkadium. And thank you, everybody, for playing. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.